Hey guys, it's Patrick. It's Tuesday, and on Tuesdays I talk about long hair. Some Tuesdays it's very late when I start talking about long hair. I apologize for that. The show that I'm doing needed some more sound cues yesterday, so I had to go to the theater and add them, and then listen to them, and then meet with the director to talk about them. So, you know, it's one of those things. So this is going to be a real quick one, but it is something that I wanted to talk about, and it actually kind of ties into something that I've been talking about for a while on these videos, which is about sort of topical treatments and what they can and what they can't do. And one of the things that I keep hearing or I keep seeing from different people who talk about hair or people who ask about hair is, you know, what can you do? What can I use on my hair to fix my split ends? And basically there is one product that you can use to fix your split ends, and that's a pair of scissors. There's really nothing else you can do to fix split ends. You can hide them. You can put topical things on them to kind of treat them, but in the end what you've got is you've got some split ends. I mean, you know, and I have the cat. She's down here. She's kind of fascinated. I have a visual aid. So this, if you can see right here, let's just do this, do that sort of thing. So you've got your hair. Let's just say that's the end of your hair. If your hair happens to get some damage at the end of it, and let's see if we can actually do this. Yep, this is what a split end does. Your hair, basically, the follicle of your hair will actually, because of damage, pull apart into two, like that. And what happens is, as your hair tends to get more, you know, as you brush it, as you comb it, as you wash it, as it's out in the world, what happens is this end, which is split, will continue up the hair shaft all the way up, and pretty much that's what a split end does. It makes your hair weaker, it makes it look frizzier, it just makes it look bad. If you want an example, look at the ends of my hair, because I haven't cut it since 2013, so take me as a object lesson in what happens when you get a lot of split ends. So a lot of people seem to think that you can use topical solutions, conditioners, oils, oh gosh, what else? You know, like styling products to fix this, and to fix a lot of other things as well. So if I said, okay, I've got this piece of string and I did this to it, and I want this piece of string to become just one piece of string again, just, you know, without tying it in a knot, without doing anything else. And what I've got is I've got this fantastic stuff. I'm just going to pour that on the end of this string, rinse it back out, and it's just going to become one piece of string again. You wouldn't believe that, because that's not something that it can do. That's not so, you know, if I said if I've got some glue and I put it together and that'll hold it together for a while until it eventually washes out, you'd believe that. But I don't know why when you think, I think it's because it's attached to us. It's, you know, we consider our hair a living organism when it's not. This, all of your hair, your fingernails, your hair, this is all cells that have already, they're not alive anymore. As soon as it grows out of your hair follicle, your hair is dead. I'm sorry if you didn't know this, that it's gone. It's not going to return. It still will hang out on your head, but it's not going to have a conversation with you, and it's not going to rejuvenate. So if you have split ends like this, there's only one way to really fix that, and that is cut it at the end. And then what you have is just an end that's cut, and it would require a whole bunch of pulling apart to fix that again. So when you're talking about topical products, whether it be for split ends or if you're talking about for things like hair growth, hair, what are we talking? Sorry, playing with this with the cat. Hair growth, hair strength, all of these things, whatever you put onto your hair. No, I'm just using this as an example. It's not any particular product. It can cleanse your hair. Shampoos can do that. It can condition your hair, or it can style your hair. It can hold it in place, it can make it fuller, it can make it limper, it can make it shinier, all of that stuff. But how that happens is either by it changes the pH balance in your hair. So conditioners mainly work by changing the pH balance in your hair to a slightly more acidic pH, which is why things like aloe vera and apple cider vinegar work, because your hair is like a hair follicle, and it's usually closed up like that if it looks all shiny. It opens up shampoos, heat, all sorts of things open up your hair, the little follicles on the end of your hair, the little, I forget the name of them, to get the dirt, to get the oils out. And what the pH change does is it closes them back up again. That's basically what it does. What else it can do, topicals, can sit on top of your hair. Not very much actually absorbs into your hair. And when you think about it, there's not very much place for your hair, for things to absorb into your hair. Your hair is very thin, strand by strand. As a clump, you can have a lot of it, but each strand is, you know, minuscule. So how much is gonna, you know, absorb into that? Not very much. So pretty much it sits on top. So it can make your hair look shinier if you've got something that is like an oil, if it's like a silicone, if it's kind of something that is slick, something that is sticky, can hold it together, can hold it in place. If you use something that has a rough texture like a salt spray or a dry shampoo, it can make it a little bit more tactile so that it will hold, like if your hair is very limp like mine is at the top, you could spray something in it to make it stand up a little bit more. It doesn't change the structure of your hair, and those things that do change the structure of your hair damage it. So if you are dyeing it, if you are bleaching it, if you are straightening it, if you are curling it, you know, perms and straighteners and dyes and all of that, they work by opening up the hair and doing something to it to change the texture, to change the color. None of that is going to fix something like a split end. None of that is going to cause your hair to grow faster. None of that is going to cause your hair to grow longer. None of that is going to cause your hair to be stronger. I mean, you can avoid some damage. There are things that can help your hair stay a little bit shinier while you heat dry it or while you style it with heat. There are some protectants in that way, but those all just sort of sit on the top of your hair as well. So that's basically what I wanted to say. I see a whole bunch of comments from people on other hair videos about, well, this fixes split ends, or what can I do? What can I put on top of my hair to make it grow faster? What can I do to make it stronger? All of that. Topical products are meant just for styling, for making it cleaner, for making it shinier, but it's not going to change what your hair is. So anyway, that's my cookie for today. Thanks so much for watching. I'm here every Tuesday, sometimes really late. I apologize today. Talking about long hair. On Thursdays, we make a 3-ingredient recipe, and on weekends, George is here to talk about being good to yourself. We just got another George. I had to get a second George puppet to, George is a rather static little guy. His puppet kind of lays down, and so Peter did a bit of surgery on George too, to make him a little bit more active. So he might be having some cooler adventures in the near months. Anyway, thanks so much for joining us. If you like this video, let us know. If you want to talk about what I've talked about, you can always comment down below. Subscribing is always cool. I really do appreciate you guys. I will talk to you again soon.